So this is the i60 iriscope from RSLab. It's based on the M50 Canon camera, but you can use other cameras. So you have the camera part here. Because it's the M50, we've got a special adapter that's required just for the M50 or any other mirrorless camera. Then you have the adapter, the macro extension tubes. So either it's one or two, but it depends, they come in different lengths. So it needs to be a specific length here. Then you've got the Canon lens, so that's the 60mm lens, but it is adaptable. You can actually use the 90mm from Tamron, the new 90mm, not the old one. Then we've got there's a tube, an adapter tube that adapts the Iris lighting system, so the Iris Explorer, to the Canon lens. And this has to be a specific distance or length depending on the type of lens you've got. And then we've got here a cable that is attached to the hot shoe, so where you put a flash normally, and this tells the lighting system where to put when to flash the light when the photo is being taken. So the camera is very easy to set up. So there's a video that shows you exactly how to do it in the support section of the website. And also, so just one aspect of it is the lighting system here. When you switch it on, there we go. There's two lights in there that will flash. So at the moment they're at about 20% of the normal lighting level for taking photos. But when the photo is being taken, it goes right up to 100% for a very brief fraction of a second. So it's very comfortable to take photos with this system because it's not very bright at all while the camera is doing its measurements. You can do side lighting, which is very helpful in seeing certain details. So I recommend that when you do iris photos or take iris photos, you take photos, a couple of photos with both lights on, a couple of photos with the left lighting, and then a couple of photos with the right lighting. And then you've got you've got redundancy in the images you take. So and certain details will be more visible, and it's difficult to say exactly what type of iris will show what type of details. Every iris is different. The translucent, the layer in front of the iris is very different for each person, and the camera the lighting system is designed to shine light and reveal as much detail as possible, and at the same time respect the colors that are there. So it's minimizing as much as possible. You can't take it away completely, but the colors in your iris will be 100% the same on the image, or we're getting close to it. So it's very important to not have your lighting system alter like dark yellows into oranges and dark oranges into browns, for example, or the other way around. So the way the system comes into contact with a person's face, it minimizes the outside lighting. It comes comfortably onto the face of the person. Now, if you've got a window on the right-hand side, I recommend that if you've got the camera here, you just put your hand on the side here to minimize any light leaking in on the side. But that doesn't. You really have to be standing next to a window or a light source just on the very edge here. You don't need a tripod with this system. Now, some people do use a tripod because they prefer it, but the way it's designed is that the front of this, it has kind of a little bit of a lip, and it's designed to come and touch the front of the face here. So it comes into contact here on the side of the nose and the eyebrow, and that's what gives it all the stability. So it's you do have to practice in the beginning when you first receive it. You take photos of friends and family because you have to hold it in a particular way, and I'll make a video exactly on how to do that, or I'll show you in a minute how to do that. But once you've got it, it's very quick. People take photos, like 6 photos of each eye in a matter of a few seconds, 10 seconds, literally click, 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 click. What else can I say? Now, it's designed for all types of irises. So obviously blue and mixed irises are a lot easier to take photos of because they reflect more light. But even with dark irises, now I would recommend that you change a couple of settings when you take a photo. If you've got very dark irises, that's very easy to do. But it's incredible, even in very dark irises, the amount of detail that you'll be able to see. Now with some irises it's a little bit more tricky because the translucent layer on the front of the iris is less, let's say, translucent. It has like a cloudy effect to it. And when you're taking a photo, it's taking the 3D information and squashing it into 2D. Well, that always happens with photography. It's always in 2 dimensions for photos. But with that extra layer of cloudiness, it can, in some irises, make it a little bit more difficult to see some details. But that's just that type of iris. There's nothing that can be done about removing that, unfortunately. But the light is designed to try and go through that cloudiness as much as possible. We've had, I wouldn't say, well, many hundreds of different types of lightings in our testing and our prototypes, and we've figured out exactly what type of light works best to get through to that the iris layer, sorry, the fibers of the iris, and try and minimize the cloudiness of it. So what else can I say about the camera? So so different types of cameras. Yes, it's adaptable on many cameras. So especially that we're now recommending also that the Tamron 90mm lens will work as well. That makes it possible to attach this system to Sony cameras and Nikon cameras. I think that's it. There may be some other lenses. Just check. You need to be able to attach the Tamron 90mm to your camera. So that's so there's different cameras available, different types of cameras. The only cameras that are a little bit more tricky, or when you order the lighting system, is make sure that you've got this pin visible. Let me just show you. Let me take the lighting system off here. There's I don't know if that's going to focus. There's a center pin right here, like there's a black circle and then there's a silver circle in the inside. Some cameras don't have that center pin, that little silver pin on the inside. If you don't have that, let us know, and then we'll give you a slightly different cable and it will attach on the side of the camera instead. So that's the Canon 2000D is one of them. But it will still work, but you just have to attach it differently, and we have to give you a different cable for that. Yeah, if you've got any questions, just send me an email. Thank you.